it is 1-0 TSM, so potentially could be over after this map. Dust2 is the map. It is TSM's choice. Na'Vi, what can they do to respond?
Well, it's going to be difficult. I think Na'Vi definitely need to start on the CT side. They're not going to want to let TSM get rolling on that. That's why they're so formidable. They're so smart with their setups. They really dissect teams very effectively on that map. So I think the best chance they could possibly have, Na'Vi going CT side, forcing the issue a little bit more, maybe doing some aggressive plays, pushing in, getting the first frags, boosting up on short, for example, utilizing their stronger players like Guardian, obviously Dust2, big Orpus playground. He's going to have to be a huge factor here. But one of the things as well, when TSM are CT side, they can't allow KGB to have so much freedom on the car area. He's one of the players that locked it down so much there, and it seems like a lot of teams don't know how to actually counter that. So that's one of the things I'll be looking out for.
Yeah, TSM is a very hard team to face on Dust2, to be honest with you. Device and Dupree have a really good setup going on in B. Then, like you say, KGB is a very good player towards that car area. Sipnix, or Sipnix, whichever way we want to say that, is very good at rotating between middle and A. So it's just the way they play. It's very hard to find like the right combination of things when you're playing against their CT side. When they're playing T side, they have a lot of good stuff going on there as well. Such as one thing that comes to my mind is the way they split A side is just the timings and everything, how they can sandwich you is very effective. It makes it very uncomfortable for you to play when you're CT side.
CT side for TSM as well on A side is pretty impressive. But that is of B. Wow, we're upside.
So is this roller coaster pretty impressive?
Oh, dude. Universal Studios needs to hire these production team as their designers from now on. Would you ride a roller coaster if they made like a mock of Dust2 and made a roller coaster like that in real life? I would ride that. I would totally ride that.
Yeah. I'd pay $100
Very
for
niche
that.
market.
Maybe not.
No?
You don't necessarily even have to be a Counter-Strike fan if you're a roller coaster fan.
That's true. How many roller coaster fans are there?
I mean, they're pretty awesome. I'm not going to discount myself from that
roller
crowd.
coasters.
Yeah. I put that at the top of my list when I'm on Tinder.
When was the last time you went on a roller coaster?
It has been a while.
Exactly.
Virginia, 2007.
I'm out. This idea is not working.
No? No?
Not good business?
Nope.
All right, I'll let you stick to skins.
I think you were going to say that.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was all set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really just a ruse. It was a long and elaborate scheme, but we got there. Well, anyway, we're about to get started. It will be Na'Vi that gets the CT side to begin with because, of course, it is TSM's map choice. And last night, they were fairly proficient on their CT side. Their T side, TSM, speaking of course, was a little bit less than normal, and that's probably due to the fact that they didn't have Kerrigan.
They had Freiburg instead of Kerrigan. He's the guy doing all the homework, working out what setup's going to work most effectively against these teams. And that's why I said Na'Vi really want to start on the CT side, just so they don't have to go up against that in the first half. At least can set themselves, excuse me, a nice bed of rounds going into the second half.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think we're going to see TSM idling in A short for 30 seconds. We were doing anything this time around with Kerrigan playing. So it's going to be a totally different TSM on T side.
And speaking of, he's apparently AFK, which is why we're just taking an extra moment to start our proceedings. I'm going to be interested to see exactly how Na'Vi plan to breach, as we throw back to Toby Wan, an homage from PGL kickoff season. Breach into one of these two bomb sites.
Is that one of his catchphrases?
Yes. He was hooked on that one.
What do we have any cool jokes you remember me by?
No.
Nothing at
You're
all.
not memorable.
You're not gonna say, "Oh, I remember Henry G. That really cool phrase." Nothing.
It'll come to me. We have a season ahead of us still.
Wow.
I don't want to say one too soon if it's not the best one. That's all.
That's true. Well, we'll leave it at that then. Okay, so going into Dust2, we have got TSM starting on the T side, looking at their buy now, 3 sets of armor, and Kerrigan pick up the Tech 9. He's got a smoke as well. He won't become the raid boss as it's been coined recently, and they will be going into this one with the map advantage as well. Let's see how it goes down. 5 players getting to the top of mid.
Where do they go from there? Flamey's got long covered. They don't seem to care. They don't want that. They're going to go straight onto that catwalk. And that puts pressure on Guardian and Zeus. Zeus playing from below, flashed out, forced away. Guardian needs to hit the shots. He's able to do so, but it's countered by Dupree. And Zeus now trying to fight his way back up a ramp. Not easy to do. Gives Kerrigan another kill on Seized and more damage dealt. But finally, KGB gets shot down by Flamey as he tries to work back down long. Dupree's going to plant this. Is he exposed? He might just be too exposed. In fact, Edward is going to do it all. Edward comes up undetected, and Dupree, I dare say, committed to that plant far too carelessly.
I don't know what happened. It just got destroyed. No, but really, it felt like TSM had a lot of control of A site, but then all of a sudden, Edward just happened. And it was over with.
Well, I wish I could give you a detailed analysis, but I actually wasn't on the server. I was desperately trying to go on, as that round was going on. But it seems like Navi will take that one pretty convincingly. We said they had the amounts to climb this half, but a long push coming in from TSM this time. 3 kills exchanged. Device actually managing to pick up one of his own. But now it's going to be a 4-1 situation going into this second round.
Flamey still inside the pit. Dupree's crossed over in behind the dumpster. He tries to get cheeky and fire underneath of it. He knows he's there. Dupree still manages to fight his way out. Gets the shot on Zeus. 1 down, but 2 rounds up now for Na'Vi. Well, either way, we look to see what...
Well, with no bomb going down there, it's going to be a full eco this time from TSM. You can see Navi keeping the SMGs intact. It's going to be Guardian and Zeus holding those. Nothing too aggressive coming. It looks like the mid split probably will be going in for TSM as an area. They do favour on their T side. See whether they're doing anything in B there. This could be a simple clear up for Navi. Zeus and Guardian picking up 2 apiece. Device could be the last man here, and it's been business as usual for Navi so far. Nothing coming too close in the last 2 rounds, but this is obviously the one that counts. TSM going into this with the force bar in the second, won't have the AWP going into the 4th here.
Yeah, and have to compromise with how much grenades they can buy as well. They have no Molotovs to work with. At least they have smokes, all the smokes they need, but still limited amount of grenades. No op.
This is actually favorable in terms of direct rifles to TSM, but like you're saying, those utilities are going to make things definitely interesting. More so the Flames already pushed out on the right. No one that deep in the corner, but the FAMAS has to come up big. They've given too much space and time to TSM. Thankfully, they've given them a handicap, though, because Cajun B's taken down Kerrigan. But it's got to be a retake from Na'Vi. They're going to go quickly. They want to get through the door before they're set up, and Cajun hears it coming, takes down Zeus, but shot down by Guardian, who's not only made it through the window, but in behind the boxes. He's given himself a chance because they can't take the head off him, so now it's left to Device, and they almost line up, but Flamey getting the kill. That could have been awkward because they didn't have a smoke on that tunnel.
Yeah, that was a nice move from Guardian, just pushing, playing the odds and running in from window. Getting those 2 early kills there on the retake was really what paid off for Na'Vi.
Really fast retake. I don't think they were expecting that at all. Zeus doing the same thing as well, getting the attention. Zeus goes down. They weren't expecting Guardian to come in there, and you can see, even with the UMP, he picks up 2 frags there. That's really impressive and obviously very influential in that round. Flamey came in and finished it off, but 4-0 in favour of Na'Vi now. They're looking really strong, and it forces TSM onto yet another eco. It's not even really a force this time. A couple of tech lines of armor, but PT-50s and nothing else. And Edward opens up the fragging once again. Make it 3 as they pick up the following kills.
Watch for Zipnix to try and use this smoke to his advantage. The problem is that he's got both Flamey and Zeus staring at him, so he's not going to get very far. Neither will Cajun B. All 5 members up. Na'Vi, that's positive. That builds it up. We've already got 10K
exactly
for Flamey.
That's going to be a real problem going further in this half. Forcing Na'Vi to an eco is right now, it's a far-fetched idea for TSM.
Well, it's such good news for Na'Vi, especially on the CT side, getting this huge bed of cash. Zeus even opting to stay on the FAMAS here. He's really confident in the momentum they've picked up so far. And this round looking like it's going to be a little bit slower pace here. Guardian is going to be in the mid area here. And you can see he's actually waiting for him. Gets a shot in middle there, but not going to find a player to hit. The T's really do bide their time now. Not really committing to anything whatsoever. Just waiting for CT aggression. And Device does take out Guardian. Maybe overfacing a little bit there.
Dupree trying to use that smoke on door to his advantage. Instead, he'll just fire through it, check the corner. Edward and Zeus both waiting on the other side of it now. As TSM looking for more of an opening. If they overcommit to this misread or walk into that crossfire, or what was crossfire at middle, it could turn back against them just as quickly. That flash going to catch Dupree, so they have to hesitate still. Kerrigan's going to be the first one in, but he's got the bomb. Need to be careful. Smoke out, but a flash through from Zeus. He's going to use it to his own advantage, and Dupree, he'll take him down. They were ready for that play. And now the B split begins. Seized, waiting beside the entry from tunnel, using the box, knowing that there's going to be eventually people coming in behind him, and as such, Dupree, he'll beat his teammates to the punch and get that kill. Zipnix will stay in mid just to make sure the rotations are cut off, but bomb is down. Edward is dead. It's left to Flamey.
Yeah, Not a lot he can do in this situation. He's going to be waiting on the A short area, but that all just came down to the picks, I'm afraid. Device taking out Guardian, such a big scalp to take, and the early stages of the round. And then the mid split just really came into its own there. Going up into the B site, C's just left alone, 5-on-1 situation. Not much he can do there, I'm afraid, but it's going to be the first round on the board for TSM here. Flamey will be saving this gun by the looks of things. We talked about how strong their cash is right now. This actually puts TSM in a very fragile position. They need to make sure they win the next one, or it's going to be them back to Eco and potentially Navi picking up the momentum once again. But strong round nonetheless, not even dropping a single frag there, so it's very positive for TSM going into this one. Guardian will be picking up the AWP again. Did get taken out pretty early on. I'll be surprised if he goes to middle this time. Probably playing more of a passive setup, allowing the T's to come to him instead of getting taken down for the mid doors.
So ops this time in play. We'll see if it works out for Device. Flash is over, plus a smoke. This gives Guardian a chance to work up in mid. Not only that, Zeus has come out on catwalk super aggressively. He's caught by Kerrigan. But a really aggressive round right now from Na'Vi as they're going to continue pushing through B tunnels. And Flamey again is going to come up catwalk. This is taking the fight to the terrace before TSM can set up that default, which they love to do. Dupree needs to be aware that Seized is above him. He actually drops down. They haven't spotted each other inside that smoke, but the problem is now that Dupree's got company behind and in front of him, and he's on 3 HP. Seized eventually wins that duel. That was awkward. And Flamey taking down Zipnix means that this round is going to slightly fall back and favor Na'Vi. Eventually a smoke out. There's a gap, so he throws the bomb. Smart play by Device, not wanting to give himself up. As all the more the merrier in this post-plant situation as Guardian looks to push more and more toward that smoke. Misses that shot, though, and that gives Device the kill that's required. It's left only to Edward, and he is going to keep himself around, potentially do some damage, but not likely yet there that he'll win this round. And as he escapes, I'm sorry, Agent B's already on your heels.
That was very nice from TSM, just the patience of them waiting. It sort of felt like they had a gut feeling of Na'Vi doing a push there on that round, which is a quite common thing actually. When you're on a roll, then you lose one round, you wanna step it up a notch and go for that aggressiveness. And TSM, it felt like how they approached that round is like they felt that was happening also.
Yep, they were completely ready for that. We saw one of the CT players go. The thing is, when you do show the aggression, you want to be more as a team so you can get the frags back together. It seems like they died one by one there, and then Device has kind of picked up a couple of frags, but more players opting towards B tunnels now.
Ooh.
There we go. Frags exchanged.
Another op shot. Unsuccessful. Device is the one to go down that time.
Yeah, Kerrigan here positioning himself in middle in case of rotation happening.
Interesting that they commit 2 flashes into that fence. Trying to catch out Edward, but Edward still managing to get the kill on Dupree. Bomb's going to be attempted to be put in place by Zipnix. He's down to just 17 HP. Kerrigan has a good position to support all the way from middle, cut off these rotations. He's in the corner, doesn't land on Flamey, and now they've got a real chance to Na'Vi to come around and unexpected entirely. Cajun B thought he would outfool them for the second straight time on an aggressive play to catch rotations, and Zeus came the long way.
That was the perfect call from TSM on what they were doing after that trade kill happened towards B. They knew there was only one guy in B and had Kerrigan in the middle, but it was whole Kerrigan not getting that kill in the middle that really enabled that everything just to fall apart after.
Yeah, and you did favor in that position as well. Flamey took quite a long time to kill him, and that's one Kerrigan maybe thinking that could define the whole round for them. But there's another round on for Natas Vincere as they pick up the AWP again, but TeamSoloMid picking up 2 rounds in a row. Their economy is not too effective, but they do lose this one. I'm in a difficult situation. Device getting the AWP out once again. And you can see them actually favoring towards the B once again, but let's see how this goes. It's been pretty slow round so far. Like we can see TSM waiting for quite a long time at the start before they actually execute into anything.
And this is a full 3-2 split. No one on A platform, catwalk, or in middle from Na'Vi. They're looking to take the exchange at long. And even though we're beyond the minute 30-second mark, the initial exchange normally occurs in that time. Guardian has not yet rotated back onto that A site. So if TSM act quickly on catwalk, there's a bit of an opening for them. And Guardian, as such, now will work back toward that car. Even still, though, no support in place for him. It's just him with that op.
See TSM making their way out to middle.
Not even spotted. Seas didn't even see Dupree on top of the scaffolding. So that position caught him off guard entirely. Dupree went down, but Edward now hitting Kerrigan. It is going to be Zipnix trying desperately to spray back through and find his intended target. Edward gets away with just 15 HP and instead turns his attentions toward the tunnel. That's where Kerrigan, or rather Cajun B, is waiting, but Seized is going to find him as well. So Good round and solid hold by Seized, and TSM a little bit slow or just falling into every trap Navi's setting.
Yeah, it's Na'Vi playing really smart on CT side as well. They keep switching it up, playing different position every round pretty much. Pushing long or pushing mid, not leaving anyone in middle, having 2B, 3 long.
Yeah, they're just reading the game really well right now. It might not be over yet, but there is 10 seconds remaining. They make their ascension onto the A bomb site. Seized does take down Device. Zipex replies, but Guardian does finish the round off. And it was really clever from Navi. They started off with a heavy stack towards B, the AWP and the rifle player in the same position in window as well. And when they felt there was no real attention coming towards that site, fell back to middle and just took down the simple walkout from TSM. We saw Seized up in that scaffolding area you pointed out, Matt, not even being spotted, getting a simple frag there. And that's going to push TSM now into a difficult buy. It's quite hard to consider this round being successful for them. 2 Tech-9s, a Galil and 2 AKs, but they have got a decent amount of equipment to use. Though we can see the CT's going aggressive once again. Seized in the lower B area, picks up 1 with the MP7. Will he make it 2? He won't. Dupree does take him down.
So now the defense has to adjust accordingly, but with Guardian picking up that next kill on the Device, it still looks good for Na'Vi. Kerrigan will grab the bomb and quickly evade into the lower tunnels. But Zeus is in an aggressive spot and able to hit Dupree. I thought maybe just do initial damage and then Dupree would get back around the corner, but not so fast. Flamey, though, gets caught by Kerrigan coming down catwalk, but damage dealt. It is going to be Kerrigan with only 14, and there's still a man down. TSM's definitely evaluating the situation, and they're going to rotate the long way, in fact.
They've got time to play with here and the bomb, but Kerrigan being very low HP, they know Guardian's still alive.
And I'm not sure. I was looking at the minimap at the time, but Edward shoulder peeking at mid. I'm not sure he spotted that cross from Kerrigan. They are going to rotate now as that smoke will come out to cover off the cross. Guardian high above with his op has the sight toward the site, if you will, and it hits the first shot on Zipnik's butt. Kerrigan does respond. Still a chance here with time, but not with HP. 6 only, and that allows Zeus to easily clean him up.
I feel like TSM needs to speed up their game a little bit. Maybe try to take over long or things like that. Right now, they're not getting any control of any part of the map. So maybe speeding it up could help them do that.
Yeah, right. So they're going into the standard, just seeing what the CTs are doing, choosing one area, and then committing to that quite early on. I think you're right. Taking long and pushing the CTs back, getting that contention on one part of the map, getting positional control would be a great start for them. But we can see now they are going to be a full eco, and now they will actually try and take the long area. Kerrigan getting straight out there. He's going to be faced by Flamey and Seized as well, but they completely spray them down in that situation. There's going to be 2 men remaining for TSM. MP7's back out again.
Mm-hmm. Build the bank up, Na'Vi. That's what Flamey's going to do. So another very convincing CT side against TSM, who we thought with Kerrigan would have a bit more of an opportunity to utilize their strategies, but so far entirely shut down. When you go back to the very start of this, there was actually a few rounds by TSM that were well coordinated, well executed. Remember, the pistol was close as well, but now it's been all Na'Vi for the last 5 rounds easily. 4 in the scoreboard.
Device has got the AWP again, tries to get some damage through the doors early on. No avail though. 3 CT players now towards the long. They've left middle completely open. And this is actually one of the perfect plays. TSM have been playing so heavily towards mid, but Device does open up the fragging onto Guardian there.
Navi's going aggressive again toward the B tunnels as well. Cajun hears them coming. He'll set up a crossfire with Dupree on the stairs. Cajun's way back towards spawn though, so surprisingly, Edward spots him, and Edward turns around and hits Dupree. Completely takes that play down when TSM thought they were ready for it. To compensate, Kerrigan has got inside of middle, so they have to retake the B side away from him, but he doesn't have the bomb, and he's all by himself, so ultimately, it's not all that effective. As Device, again, left in a 1-on-4. Bomb, time, op successful. Nice shot, I'll give him that, but Edward was right there.
It's all decisions, all the trade kills, everything's just going in favor of Na'Vi right now. Nothing is going in TSM favor.
They weren't expecting that B push whatsoever. So he's picking up 2 massive kills there. Sorry, I mean Edward actually, but this is the one. Yeah, Edward pushing up here. First frag, pretty convincing. This second one, this gets impressive. Another headshot for him. And you can see TSM didn't even consider that. Communication looking a little bit weak there. And now they try to take the long area again. Will they be able to do anything with this?
Zeus is waiting at car this time. Again, changing the play. Oh, Kerrigan. Kissy, kissy. Come on, buddy. I love how he just assumed that he was on the wall. Usually if you get stuck, you can look at the minimap and go, what am I hitting? But he didn't clue in that time, and as such loses his life. I gotta love plays like that. And Zeus, again, we said changing up the pace. Well, they didn't check it. They haven't checked it. They haven't needed to up until this round, and it does catch them out as a result, and Guardian almost sitting that flick. But now TSM, Cajun B, picking up too late. Has armor and now an AK. Gives himself a chance to get a bomb down, which we haven't actually seen that much of from TSM. So at least an improvement to get money in the next round. Fire's going to be put on top of the platform, doubly so. But Cajun B, an excellent shot onto Seized. Flashes himself out, but Edwards there. And now we'll get to hear what reminds me of James Bardoff when this gets diffused with his little happy birthday right here.
Is that a thing James Bardoff does?
I remember he has that member with Devil Walk.
You know all the cool memes and stuff. I don't know these things.
I don't know if that's a meme. It just reminds me of James Bardoff for some reason. I just picture him.
I don't know. Anyway, just to note there, TSM getting some great early control towards long. We suggested that was something they needed to do. But like you said, Matt, they went past the car. Yeah, a couple of players were flashed, to be fair. I don't think there's a case of not checking it. It was just like they were distracted, at least. So they've got taken down there. And another round going in favor of Navi. And they're looking so strong in this CT half. And they're doing everything they have to do. It's a perfect adaptation here to what TSM are playing. But now we can see TSM have got a full buy. All powered again. 3 players going to be outside long. 2 of them towards lower B. So potentially trying to retake that long area again. Maybe up short this time. See what they bring to the table. Wait, biding their time once again.
Held out of the long cave by smoke and fire. Dupree going to try and work up catwalk. TSM just need an opening, desperate for one. And Na'Vi triple stacking long again. Guardians inside the smoke, but Zeus, Flamey, they're both at pit. And again, they win that duel on TSM, who continue to try and go there. And even when they don't, we've seen them get shut down time and time again at B. I mean, this is just a clinic right now from Na'Vi, and TSM definitely struggling to get things rolling.
It's pretty poor take for them as well. But as you say that, they pick up 2 huge rounds. It's going to be Cajun B. Make it 3. Huge stuff there, and what a recovery this round could potentially be now.
And they knew Guardian was stuck in that corner on low HP. It doesn't even matter what HP he had because the AWP hits him from Device. And they brought this back, but have they brought it back far enough? Cajun B goes down. Device has to get rid of this AWP, or he has to hit a beautiful shot. Which is it going to be? He's a little bit timid to try and play out and grab that rifle because he knows Seized is at the corner, and Seized has come closer. He's put damage onto him. It's down to 9 HP. What can he possibly do against the 24 that Seized has? And Seized baiting out the clock. 7 seconds. He needs to go down right now, and he gets in behind the box. He's going to drop and kill him on the way. What a play by Seized.
Wow, I didn't see TSM even getting a look into that round. All of a sudden, Cajun B lighting up the scoreboard there. 3 headshots from him. Maybe a little bit too cavalier from Navi there, overfacing perhaps. But that last play is a really exciting last few moments. Now we can see how Cajun B does open up this round. 2 fast headshots there. Make it triple as well. Good stuff from him. Very convincing shots, but didn't even win the round. So it's going to be all in vain, I'm afraid, as we go into the last round now. 3 AKs. Make it 2 with below as well. Device opens it up. Edward responding though.
Edward leading the way right now for his team. As Seized getting closer to the door. Why is that nade coming over his shoulder? He backs away from his teammates' efforts to do some damage. Aggressive stance that he hasn't used yet either, so we'll see if they check it, but Device was waiting that time, so Seized not going to be utilizing the trickery as intended. Interesting that all 3 remaining players are on A, yet TSM are still working up catwalk. This could play into Navi's hands yet again. And by 3, I did mean 4 for TSM. They go for the drop strategy. Zeus has this auto sniper, able to pick up 1, 2. Edwards got the other, and it's down to Cajun B. They walk into it. B wide open, and little did they know.
That's why you need a Molotov on the site.
Yeah, you need
First
to
of all,
lock it down, right?
Yeah, if you want to do an A strat, you make sure you have a Molotov or 2 nades to throw in there.
Well, that's not going to matter in the scheme of the scoreboard. Looking at that, 13 for 2 in favor of Navi. What a comparison to the first map, day and night, if you will, because they seem to be firing on all cylinders right now. TSM, uncharacteristically, not having to have a response to what Navi were presenting there. They had a great hybrid of aggressive play, passive play, working out what TSM were doing, stifling them so much. It was actually really impressive to watch. So they've got a real chance of winning this one, obviously.
Yeah, I think it was more Navi just being more diverse and going all over the place instead of TSM just not having answers. Because every time they found an answer, or thought they did, Navi was doing something else with their defense.
I need to point out as well that Zipix is on 1 and 14. after the first
Ouch.
half. Yeah, that's it's not quite Cajun B's 0-15 that he had at PGL Finals when they won against Fnatic, but it's up there. It's close. So Cajun B, you can pop the champagne. You're still the winner in that regard. But Device now coming under pressure. Remember, Na'Vi, although potentially shouldn't have, did pick up the first pistol. If they get this one as well, it's pretty much over. And it looks like that might be the case because they have the B site now firmly in their control. Bomb will go down by Zeus. Zipnix and Kerrigan quick on the retake, and Zipnix desperate to just get some stats to his name. Salvage some pride. Kerrigan gone. Next chance to do so is not even going to materialize.
Well, not much you can say about that round. When the T side have got this much confidence, they can just do something very simple. Be execute, lock down the CTs, swarm the bomb site, and sometimes all it takes a couple of headshots, and that's what it was. And of course, TSM do need to buy into this round. A scout being bought on Device. You normally see Cajun B picking it up on Dust2. He's very formidable with it, gets a lot of tags, but perhaps he didn't get a kill to actually justify buying one. But here we go then, a round. TSM need to win, considering the scoreline now.
Set up standard formation, walk out to the AK. Good damage done. Thought there was a chance when Cajun B went for that wide angle, but it doesn't amount to anything. Kerrigan, though, nice shot on the second. Good reactions. Neither headshots, but both kills. That's the crucial aspect of it. As Zeus will fall out of middle, having lost his teammates. They'll bring the bomb back to join him. Edward low HP on 19. Same as Kerrigan. Zipnix is in behind the stairwell either, so he's changed it. Is he going to get forward? Is he going to get aggressive in that smoke? He's gone over to the left corner. Unorthodox. And he's thought better of it because he knows that smoke is about to start fading. And now we might get caught in no man's land. Still lands the first shot. Well done to him. As it is Guardian to trade it, but still a 2 versus 2. Kerrigan on the site. That's the third one. That one is a headshot. And that one's beautiful because bomb is down. This one's low HP. So if he hits this, it could be all over. Edward manages to secure it. But it's 19 HP for Edward. Dupree potentially going to let him go for this plant. He's got the pistol. Does he go for the jump? Too late for it now as Edward, well, spotted up. Not quite in position. The scout trying desperately. Could have been pretty, but now it's going to be desperate. As he gets around, it still lands at Edward. No HP to survive in that situation. And TSM, well done.
Yep, nice try at the end there. Dupree doing everything he can to get that round in his favor. Jump shots all over the place. It just comes down to a CZ bullet to the chest in the end, but can't take anything away from Kerrigan there. 3 huge shots from him. Some impressive 1Ds as well in the short area. So good work getting themselves back into this. It may be in vain at this stage, but needless to say, you can see, I was going to say Na'Vi probably should take the wise decision here and maybe not force into this round and just end it, but why not? Let's make it last as long as possible. Let's give them a chance.
Well, really what they want to do is make sure Zipnix can continue to add to his kill total. He doubled it last round.
Did he? Did he get 2?
He got 2.
Nice work. Well, now we go. A full force buy from Na'Vi here, getting the... They did get a bomb down, so obviously we will have a decent money to play with in terms of getting pistols and armor out. Bit of utility as well. Looks like they'll be opting towards the mid area. He's trying to get out. Swarm the CTs and see what they can do here. Here we go.
Well, the swarm is about to happen. Zipnix is the player who's so commonly in that swing position towards CT, and he's normally quite good at it, but this time he's completely smoked off, and Na'Vi, Flamey's got a kill against Device, and Edwards found the entrance onto Dupree, so B site taken. And with 2 rifles and a Tech 9, there's a chance that they hold it as well. Bomb goes down. Zeus on platform, Edward on the edge of the box. Zipnix manages to get through, adds another one, that's 3, but Zeus is going to get back into, and Edward taking away the door. TSM, unfortunately, looking like they've given up this round just by giving up that mid, and it's going to be Zeus that takes down Cajun B.
Yep, they choose the perfect area to go out there. No real contention as they get to the bomb site. The split is perfect. The attention is split between the CTs, between tunnels and window, and it's very difficult to hold off, especially when you don't have the incendiaries to actually hold the T's at bay for a long amount of time. That's going to put Na'Vi onto their 15th round.
Or if you don't have flashes, to flash from B to mid for the guy who's playing doors to peak.
This could be it now. TSM obviously having to force everything they can. At map point now. This will stabilize things to 1-1. Now they're taking a little bit slower this time.
Kerrigan at the car. Doesn't hit the 1D this time. Similarly damaged, but not the shots we saw from before. And now he's stuck there. That's the bigger problem. Is there going to be any utilities spent on trying to create an escape? In fact, he's just going to get aggressive and run toward them. That's also ineffective. Nonetheless, Cajun B is able to pick up Edward. Seized, meanwhile, scouting out what's going on at B, and Cajun's made his way through and up to drop in suicide. Does he spot Seized? I'm not sure why he didn't. He was running away from it. He actually had his back exposed, and Seized saw him leaving. What we didn't see was Zipnik's coming back in from Catwalk, and Dupree to close it out. Well done, TSM. Again, like you said, Henry, though, perhaps just prolonging the inevitable.
Well, this is the team. This is the thing. It doesn't matter how far you are behind. If you're a great team, you know you can claw your way back into this. We saw Fnatic do it at the major. It looked like they were completely far gone from the Dust2. But you know if you're a strong team and you can keep your mental fortitude there, you can do anything. So there's no reason to give up here. But let's see what they can do here. Difficult buy again. Navi once again forcing the situation. They have got the AWP, and that's the opening frag to Guardian onto one of the stronger players of Hogan there. But is due to respond.
They still have 5 up, despite that Flamey's down to just the 3 HP. Has to walk over and recover a gun. Does, and then throws it back unselfishly to Zeus, who's still on 100. It's too bad he couldn't give away his helmet and armor as well, because I'm sure Zeus would be better off with it. Flamey's dead next shot no matter what. And Cajun B finding Zeus, so the scout, it's gone either way. And Cajun B, though, has to get back to B quickly because they're coming in. And he actually left the site alone, so Edwards got it. Again, they give up this B site, and we saw what happened just 2 rounds ago when this was the case, and they've got the man advantage again. If they can get this bomb down without a re-entrance, it could be detrimental, and they're going to play the safe plant, put it in behind the tall box. That means Zipnix doesn't even spot it, even though he's in the window, and the smoke on the door delays them even further. They'll look for the flash over. Dupree, where is it? It's there. He's through, but he's caught. It's going to be Edward to get him. Zipnik's at least recovering, and he's managed to do more than that, so Zipnik's coming up big late. It's down to the device to take Edward, but it's still a one-on-one, and it's Guardian who lags him with the op. Does he get him back with the pistol? 15 HP, and Guardian with the jump shot.
Oh my god, what a finish that was. Amazing last round to tie it all up, but Navi 16-4. I don't think there was any doubt in our mind that our first half they were going to be taking that series, and I think they knew it as well. Force buying every single round, is grinding away that CT economy, but crazy scenes there. A rare miss from Guardian there. He finishes it off.
And Zipnik's actually caught up to the rest of his team just on those last 2 rounds, which does say, I mean, on the CT side, he usually is a pretty strong player. It's just a shame they couldn't, and we saw there was potential on their CT side. It's a shame they couldn't get it going a little bit sooner on their T side.
Yeah, they had nothing going on. But you have to always remember, you know, that there's another team playing there. It's not always just one team doing badly. You have to regard the fact that Navi was very diverse, very good with their CT setups. It must have felt for TSM that they're everywhere. Whatever they do, there's always going to be just a pack of Navi players there.
That's the whole thing. When you try to adapt to what someone's doing, you know in the back of your mind they're going to be changing every single round. It's very difficult to lock down a team that's hitting all their shots, reacting to what you do, and just kind of presenting a new option every single round. So it was just too far gone. With the second half arrived, although they had some decent rounds there, they had a chance of clawing it back. Every single round was like scouts and pistols and pharmacies. And you just thought, okay, this is probably going to be over in the next few rounds. I think it's probably a good opportunity to end it there instead of dragging it on to like another 5 or 6 rounds and then having that exhaustion going into the third map. I think that's probably ended at the right time.
Do you know what the interesting thing is before we take a look at the scoreboard?
No.
It's now head-to-head between Twitch Chat and I, because you guys are both wrong.
Yeah, I apologize for calling you Krusty the Clown.
Yes.
That was mean.
Well, now we'll figure out what's going to happen. But before we get to that third map, let's look back on the one that just happened. Edward led the way, 24 kills, 9 of which were headshots. And look at the only 4 first kills for TSM. That says it all about their T side, doesn't it?
Absolutely. They were just getting locked down all over the place. And like you pointed out after the first half, Zipex actually had 1 for 14, was it?
It was 1 for 14. 1 assist as well. We'll give him that.
Kudos.
Which is what he ended with, interestingly enough.
Well, he pulled it back in the second half. But we'll have a look at the heat map. So this is where it will be interesting to see where Navi did find most of their kills here. That's going to be the interesting one. You can see that B area. Look at them lighting it up there. Kind of making their way over there quite a lot. It's that B door. That's what that suggests. They're pushing, doing the mid splits a lot, and they're contending the CTs actually trying to face and kill them off.
And the interesting thing is there, look how bright that dot is, which means there was that many kills, and we only played 5 rounds on their T side, which means that's 5 rounds worth of kills in that spot. So TSM, I thought they gave up B a little bit too quickly a number of times. Cajun B rotated up to mid to support and then gave it up. Obviously, there's some, and normally, I mean, that's a spot where Device and Dupree are so solid together. So, obviously something to look at.
So who was your MVP, Matt?
Well, the MVP statistically for that was Edward. But in terms of...
I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Oh, my thoughts?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Edward.
Oh, fine. Boring.
I might have gone with Flamey, actually, in terms of impact.
Well, he hasn't really. I don't think we've seen him MVP this entire series, to be honest. This entire PGL qualifier session and stuff like that. But he steps up that map, 24 kills, looking very strong. We get a look at.
Oh, yes,
Flamey
and look
as
how
well.
low his graphs are, just to highlight. First kills, he actually had 2. Seized did the most first kills, but Flamey, I don't know, had a few good rounds where he locked it down. Seized, you could actually go back and give him kudos as well for that 1-on-2.
Yeah, there was a lot of big rounds. I think Navi, you can't really single out anyone. If you're winning the first half 13-2, it's going to be a team effort regardless of what's going on. So we do go on to Overpass next map.
I said if we went to Overpass, it might be Navi's. It could be their choice. We'll knife for sides as well. So it will make a difference. We'll take a break. We'll get there. It's winner of this right into the final. Loser of this has to play against VP just to get back to that position. So quick way or the long way, take your pick. We'll be back.
And it was over with.
Well, I wish I could give you a detailed analysis, but I actually wasn't able to be there. This should be a simple clear for Navi. Zeus and Guardian picking up 2 apiece.
Try as well. They have no Molotovs to work with. So at least they have smokes.
Zeus doing the same thing as well, getting the attention. Zeus goes down. They weren't expecting the Guardian to come in there. And you can see, even with the UMP, picks up 2 frags there. That's really impressive. And obviously, very opting to stay on the Famous here. He's really confident in the momentum they've picked up so far. And, yeah, Edward pushing up here. First frag, really convincing. The second one is gets impressive. Another headshot for him. You can see, now we can see how KGB does open up this round. 2 fast headshots there. Make it triple as well.
The drop strategy. Zeus has this auto sniper, able to pick up 1, 2. Edward's got the other, and it's down to KGB. They walk into it. B wide open angle, but it doesn't amount to anything. Kerrigan, though, nice shot on the second good reaction.